Here is your latest African news. Your news highlights. Ethiopia. AU urges de-escalation after Ethiopia fighting resumes. South Africa. Travel firms unite to urge end of SA trophy hunting. Madagascar. Coup d'etat in Madagascar. Conviction confirmed for 2 Frenchmen. Niger. Niger makes artificial rain to curb drought. Nigeria. Nigeria bans use of foreign models and voiceovers for local adverts. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwean hospital offers to pay the medical bill of migrant woman berated by Limpopo MEC. Nigeria. Berlin transfers ownership of looted Benin bronze to Nigeria. Diaspora. Black man wrongfully convicted of New Orleans rape as a teen gets exonerated decades later. Ethiopia. AU urges de-escalation after Ethiopia fighting resumes. The head of the African Union Commission has voiced deep concern at renewed fighting in northern Ethiopia and has called for a de-escalation. The Horn of Africa envoy Olusegun Obasanjo has been leading the international push to end the 21-month conflict in northern Ethiopia between Tigrayan rebels and government forces. Faki reiterates the African Union's continued commitment to work with the parties in support of a consensual political process in the interest of the country, the AU said, calling for both sides to engage with Obasanjo. The fighting erupted on August 24th around the southern edge of Tigray, with both the government and the Tigray People's Liberation Front (TPLF) accusing the other of resuming hostilities and torpedoing a 5-month-old ceasefire. The government wants the AU envoy to lead any peace talks, but the TPLF has rejected Obasanjo's mediation. South Africa. Travel firms unite to urge an end to SA trophy hunting. Some of the world's largest travel companies have signed a statement urging the South African government to end trophy hunting. The firms, which include Booking.com, Expedia, and TripAdvisor, say they want the SA tourism industry to be more wildlife-friendly. 2 weeks ago, a survey by the charity World Animal Protection revealed that more than 80% of international tourists and more than 70% of South Africans would like to see an end to trophy hunting there. The government has been consulting the public about proposed new laws on conservation, which it says will end inhumane and harmful practices. As the consultation on the draft conservation and sustainable use of South Africa's biodiversity white papers concludes in September, the joint statement from some of the leading global tourist companies is sending out a clear message that trophy hunting must now be relegated to the past. Madagascar. Coup d'etat in Madagascar, conviction confirmed for 2 Frenchmen. The 2 Frenchmen who were convicted of trying to assassinate Madagascar's president, Andry Rajoelina, have had their request rejected to have their sentence of 10 and 20 years of hard labor overturned by Madagascar's Court of Cassation. Paul Rafanoharana, a Franco-Malagasy former advisor to the head of state, and Philippe Francois, an ex-colonel of the French army converted to business, were arrested in July 2021. They were found guilty after an 8-day trial in December of having set up an operation codenamed Apollo 21 targeting Andry Rajoelina. Paul Rafanoharana is considered the mastermind of the plot. He admitted during the trial to the existence of a letter in which he demanded a large sum of money to guarantee the overthrow of the regime in place. Philippe Francois is accused of having acted as an accomplice by concealing the illegal activities of the Apollo 21 project through a front company. They were respectively sentenced to 20 years and 10 years in prison with hard labor for attempted coup d'etat and attempted assassination of the head of state. In total, 20 people have been implicated in this case. Niger. Niger makes artificial rain to curb drought. The Nigerian government has decided to use chemicals to induce rain in response to the drought that has caused a severe food crisis in the country this year, according to the country's meteorological department. The technology of induced rain involves using an aircraft to introduce chemicals into the clouds, including a mixture of silver, sodium, and acetone. The west of the country, including the Niamey region, benefited from the first interventions at the beginning of August after several weeks without rain. The operation will continue until the end of September. The usual end of the rainy season in Niger. The climate in the country is Sahelian, characterized by a long dry season lasting 8 to 10 months and a short rainy season lasting 3 to 4 months. From June to September, the number of rainy days varies from north to south, with annual rainfall ranging from less than 100 millimeters, mainly in the north, to 700 and 800 millimeters. However, floods have recently affected the desert north due to climate change, according to the Nigerian authorities. In addition to the drought in several regions, other regions are affected by severe floods that have killed 53 people, affected 87,942 and injured 74 according to the latest official figures. Due to the drought and jihadist violence that has prevented farmers from cultivating their fields, Niger is facing a serious food crisis this year. Nigeria. Nigeria bans use of foreign models and voiceovers for local adverts. Nigeria has banned the use of foreign models and voiceover artists in local advertisements. The move is motivated by the federal government's interest in developing local talent, inclusive economic growth, and growing the West African country's advertising industry. The order takes effect from October 1st, and the Nigerian government has given a leeway for all ongoing campaigns to keep running until the end of their terms. According to local media reports, Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari recently signed into law a bill giving ARCON the mandate of ensuring the preservation of local Nigerian content and the use of indigenous skills as an important element in local advertising, marketing, communication services. Under ARCON's regulations, organizations giving awards to corporates or individuals are mandated to write to the authority to establish the basis and process of arriving at the awards. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwean hospital offers to pay medical bill of migrant woman berated by Limpopo MEC. A private hospital in Zimbabwe has offered to pay the medical bill of a woman at the center of Limpopo Health MEC Pompey Ramathuba's rant about migrants from Zimbabwe being a huge strain on the provincial healthcare system. Arundel Hospital in Harare called on anyone with information on the woman to contact them after a video emerged of Ramathuba berating her for getting treatment in South Africa. The woman is thought to be from Zimbabwe. Ramathuba's statement that undocumented migrants are placing a strain on service delivery in the health sector has divided opinion. Zimbabwean political commentator Kudzai Mutisi said the move by Arundel Hospital was commendable, while the South African Health Department said health workers should have a high moral obligation towards their patient. It added that the health sector was under strain. Nigeria. Berlin transfers ownership of looted Benin bronze to Nigeria. The German Arts and History Foundation has signed an agreement to transfer ownership of the Benin bronzes from the Ethnological Museum in Berlin back to Nigeria. The deal between the Foundation of Prussian Cultural Heritage (SPK) and Nigeria's National Commission for Museums and Monuments (NCMM) covers 512 objects in the museum's collections. The pieces are intricate plaques and sculptures made of bronze, an important type of artwork from the region since at least the 13th century. The works in question were stolen from the Kingdom of Benin, located in what is now southwestern Nigeria, by British soldiers in 1897 and ended up in museums all over Europe. Germany already began repatriating other artifacts to Nigeria earlier this year. Under the deal, several pieces will stay on loan to Berlin for several years. After decades of formerly colonized countries demanding the return of looted artifacts, European countries have only recently begun to return some of the items. Earlier this month, London's Honeyman Museum said it would return 72 artifacts, including 12 brass plaques, to the Nigerian government, following a similar move by the Cambridge University College and a Paris museum last year. There have also been complaints that bureaucratic hurdles are slowing down the process considerably. Diaspora. Black man wrongfully convicted of New Orleans rape as a teen gets exonerated decades later. A black man wrongfully convicted as a teenager for a New Orleans rape more than 36 years ago has been freed after a judge threw out his conviction. Sullivan Walter, now 53, was convicted of a home invasion rape. Judge Darley Dubigny expressed anger that blood and semen evidence that could have cleared him never made it to the jury. After appearing in court in New Orleans, Walter was given to Elaine Hunt Correctional Center in St. Gabriel, where he was officially released. District Attorney Jason Williams' office joined the defense attorneys, working working with Innocence Project New Orleans, a criminal justice advocacy group, to have the conviction vacated. Walter was 17 when he was arrested in connection with the New Orleans rape. The rapist had entered the home of the victim, identified in the records as LS, in May 1986, held a knife to her throat, and threatened to harm her 8-year-old son, who slept through the incident. Emily Moore, an attorney with Williams' office, outlined the problems in the case in court, noting there were reasons to believe the victim, the only witness, had mistakenly identified Walter. When he was cleared, Walter had been serving a total sentence of 39 years for the rape charge. Attorneys say the victim in the rape is now deceased. Walter's lawyer said in court that authorities had reached out to the victim's son, who was not present, and that he had expressed regret on behalf of his mother about the wrongful conviction. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us, and remember, Africa is watching.